It's hard to put into words how lucky we are to share the earth with the man affectionately known as the human douchebag. But as a lifelong fan of Steve Van Aperen, I shall do my best. Steve's interest in detecting lies began at a very young age. After tummy time and skin-on-skin contact, Steve's mother began telling him about a hippopotamus on the roof eating cake. Steve told her to get fucked. Even as a lanky youngster in the 1980s, when Adam was paralyzed by fear and holding his breath like a toddler taking swimming lessons, Steve was bucking trends. Despite mounting pressure from senior police at the academy, Steve was the only cadet who refused to grow a mustache. At graduation, Steve flexed his empathetic muscle, demanding his little sister be included in the class photo, after she started crying uncontrollably. On a routine welfare checkup, Steve was called to a house after reports of a paralyzed git holding his breath. Here he met Adam, and the two bonded like superglue over their intense attraction to each other. But this would prove a distraction. After a decade on the force, and only a month away from promotion, Steve made the ballsy decision to turn his back on the only life he'd known. The pull of parading around like a douchebag on television next to Adam while accusing people of lying had become too much to resist, even for a man of Steve's strength and character. It was around this time Adam started inviting himself over to Steve's studio apartment in the Garden of Eden building complex. Before long, the two men were finishing each other's sentences while they sat on the bed using the kitchen. Adam and Steve failed to bring children to the Garden of Eden, but instead of sulking, they turned their attention to subscribers, live feeds, and complete imbeciles deluded out of their minds. Adam also started selling them t-shirts. But after a season of touring and raving lunatic reviews, seams started to show in Adam's leather pants and jacket. Steve, using sewing skills handed down by his father, patched up the seams in Adam's jacket. But then tragedy struck. A receipt in the back pocket alerted Steve to what his spidey senses had failed to. The receipt was for a stool softener. Adam was full of shit. Steve was crushed like a cardboard box on recycle week. His first thought was that he might as well move back to Adelaide to live with Mum. His insides twisted and spiraled like his favorite pasta. Weeks turned into months, Steve flat as a pancake and feeling like crepe. Not even reruns of The Hunters could bring him solace. But from nowhere came a spark that was to relight Steve's fire and warm up the bun Adam was never able to put in Steve's oven. Aunt Claire called and asked whether he thought her husband was cheating. Steve's beautiful blue eyes lit up with a vibrant clairvoyance. Within weeks, Steve would reinvent himself as a man who gives dating and relationship advice on every media program in the country. His brand was everywhere, casting shadows all over his former friend. Steve was as complete as one of Adam's Alsatian jigsaw puzzles. In fact, Steve almost felt whole enough to stop using his stupid nickname. But without it, nobody could ever remember having met him. Steve had come full circle. And for the first time in forever, he smiled. That little boy, who told his mum to get fucked, was now the elephant on Adam's roof, eating Adam's cake